My name's Alan McNish, born in Scotland and been living my dream for the last 30 plus years. I've been a racing driver, I've been a commentator, I've been involved as a team principal in the sport, but I've been a fan, a lifelong fan of motor racing, and that's what's kept my heart beating all of the time. It's taken me to many areas around about the world, it's taken me to many racing successes as well, but it's been one of the best educations I think I could have had in life. Whichever way, for the good and the bad moments, it's made me what I am. Ultimately, as I sit here now in front of you all, I've had the most fun I think I could ever have had through my career. Motivation for starting racing wasn't maybe the normal one. I actually started on motocross when I was a little boy. I was really small as a boy, and my feet didn't touch the pegs like you normally have to put your feet on, never mind touch the ground, so my mother wasn't so happy. And we looked at karting, and there was a driver from the small town in the southwest of Scotland that I was born and brought up in called Dumfries, and he was actually starting to race on the bigger scene, on the British scene. His name was David Leslie, and he was racing against drivers like Trevor Van Rooyen and another guy called Nigel Mansell, who did go on to be world champion, except David was beating them, and he was from my hometown. And on his car it had a little sticker saying, "Are you following David?" And I followed him, and it inspired me, and it gave me that sort of feeling that I wanted to maybe do something like this when I started karting. But the interesting point was that actually him and his father, also called David Leslie, they started me karting. They went to my first kart race, got the kart, got me going. And then when I went into car racing, they did exactly the same. And they did the same for another driver called David Coulthard and another called Dario Franchitti. And so between the three of us, all from the same area in Scotland, then there was an Indy 500 winner, there was a Le Mans 24-hour winner, and a Monaco Grand Prix winner. And so really, it was because of that inspiration from David Leslie back in 1977 that was the reason that I got going in car racing. In my racing career, the three most important steps for me were my first ever race victory in karting at a place called Morecambe in the northeast of England in 1982. I just came out of the novice drivers, and I had been quick in the previous event but hadn't won, and then my first victory, because it's the first trophy I won. It's the first time I'd won anything. It gave me a massive confidence. I was so proud of that trophy. Still got it. It's one of the few trophies I still keep. And then I have to say, when I drove the Formula One car for the first time, 1989 in Estoril in Portugal, and there McLaren Honda V10 World Championship winning team and also World Championship winning driver teaching me at the side, Ayrton Senna. That was a big thing. And winning Le Mans for the first time, because that changed my career path and put me onto the path which I didn't realise at the time would give me so much in terms of success, but also just generally as a career. So those are my three top points. If I hadn't have got into racing, I would have been one of two people. I would have been a farmer, because my family come from the southwest of Scotland, as I said, and it's a farming community. And my cousins have farms, and so I grew up on farms. And so I'd have been a farmer, or alternatively, selling cars, because that's what my father did. That's where my love of cars came in, but my love of speed started on a tractor, not necessarily something very quickly. A lot of young drivers ask me for something, just a few words, and I've basically got two. The first one is that you've got to keep it flat out all the time. You've got to push every single day, because the day you don't is the day that someone else will overtake you. And the second thing is you've got to enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you can't bring out that extra flair, that extra little bit that will separate you from the rest. And I see it with a lot of young people in sport, where they're doing it, but it's work. It shouldn't be work, it should be passion. And passion is the thing that can drive you on to the extra successes. you can always look at it, the positive moments. Sometimes I also reflect on the moments that could have been different. I could have maybe have changed direction or made a different decision. And one of them was actually in 1990, sitting in Ron Dennis's office at McLaren, when I was being advised to go to a racing team, but my inner instinct, my stomach was telling me, no, go in the other direction, a team over on this side. And ultimately, I didn't have the strength of confidence to say, no, I want to go here, and followed the direction, which was the wrong decision. And so I'd like to relive that again, because that would give me a chance to see where this road would take me. But at the same time, you've got to also look at the positive moments, and clearly one moment I'd like to live again, because I didn't know what road it would take me on, was that first karting victory in 1982 at Morecambe, because the road ahead was 32 years of living my dream, but on that day I didn't know it. I would like to be able to see that one again.